So my friends, welcome to a new altcoin update video. Today it's about Aave because we've really reached an interesting zone here. Of course, it was also a request from the community. And since this is really the first repurchase zone in a long time, or rather since I started accumulating here. I started accumulating here relatively late. Therefore, now the first official buy zone and the second, yes, let's see if that one will also be hit. You'll definitely find out in today's update video. If you have other altcoins, feel free to write them in the comments below. I will try to cover everything that is at least possible. There are projects where it's just not possible due to too little liquidity or other reasons. But if you have any projects that interest you, feel free to write them in the comments below. This also supports the algorithm and of course helps me a bit so that the videos get a few more clicks in the current phase. I would definitely appreciate it. Before we start, leave a like, subscribe, and feel free to comment. Check out the Telegram group if you're interested. There you always get the latest information and also a lot more setups from other people who are in there and really know their stuff. And of course, if you're still looking for an exchange where you can trade everything we discuss here or buy the altcoins we talk about, you can do that with my partner exchange BingX. The link for that is also below in the video description or in the comment section. So let's move over to Aave. We are currently trading at $133. At the peak we were up here at $400. That means just from the current situation, if we go up now, that's already over 200%. And that's really, really intense. You can see how much the altcoins have crashed. And yesterday, I took a look at my spot orders and Aave was one of those points that I bought more of down here. Spot order was triggered at $118.50. In my opinion, DeFi projects are never a bad choice. I have too little of it in my portfolio. That's why I also chose Aave here. If we set the fib level from our low to our high here, we see that, okay, fib makes very, very little sense here, even if we take it down. To our low, we have already lost all support at the moment. This is always the best example for it. It's best to draw boxes, not just rely on FIB, but also boxes that have consistently worked in the past. And Aave is really a very, 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 very good example of something that has worked in the past. Because these $118 don't just come from nowhere, it was effectively over months. From May 11th, 22 until the breakout on August 19th, 24. So for over 2 years, this was massive resistance here. It doesn't mean that this support couldn't still break, but what was once massive resistance and wasn't really tested impulsively. You can see it here, it was just over 2 or 3 days, a wick below, and then the rally started. Now we have the first chance to properly switch this former resistance area to support. If it holds, these are usually very, very good entry points. No financial advice, by the way. But still, there are opportunities here for anyone who wants to invest in Aave. I absolutely agree with that. We'll mark the next buying zone once again now. Theoretically, it would only be at 52, but I'm a fan of 3 buying zones, and since we have a few wicks down here in the area between 76 to 70 plus back here as well, so let me drag it over, we have an inefficiency. It would be very, very good to place a small buy order here. That's how you effectively do DCA. So not, let's say, blindly just into the market, just because something drops by 10%. It can drop even further. That's why 3 buying zones. Then you have a good DCA. And now, think about it. If all 3 are picked up here, you have a DCA roughly in the middle of about, let's say, $76 to $80. Makes sense. And the strategy remains the same, of course. As soon as we make 100%, the initial investment is withdrawn. So the strategy will never change. It always stays the same. And you can see for yourselves, we haven't even reached the golden pocket from the last all-time high to our bear market low. That says a lot. That's why, especially here, once again, if we reach these prices, we would theoretically have 200% just up to here again. If we even go lower down here, it would be 450%. So it is possible to make profits with altcoins, but find a strategy and sensible timing. Feel free to write your opinion in the comments below. I would be really keen to know what you have to say about it. Otherwise, that's it from my side. I wish you a nice day. Take care. Until then, bye-bye. And as always, stay crypto.